Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Melissa Leedy, clinical psychologist at Legacy Counseling Service in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Today I want to talk to you about the Yerkes-Dodson law, which I love because I think it's a great psychological concept that we can see really clearly in our lives. So the Yerkes-Dodson law basically talks about the intersection between stress and functioning. So on the x-axis we have stress, and you can see that there's low stress, medium stress, and high stress. And then on the y-axis is functioning, so how well we're generally doing in life. So low functioning, medium functioning, and high functioning. Well, the Yerkes-Dodson law basically says that in order to hit that sweet spot of functioning, you have to have some stress. You have to have a moderate degree of stress in order to really perform your best. So when you have medium stress, it's not too overwhelming, but yet it's not too little stress where you feel like, oh gosh, that's easy. I don't need to study, or I don't need to make that phone call to that prospect, or I don't need to have the conversation with my spouse or whatnot. But when we have just enough stress where we're just a little bit worried about something, that stress actually produces the best level of functioning for us. So I want you to think about in your own life, where do you fall on this stress continuum, and what do you notice that when you have low stress, do you notice that your overall functioning is not quite as great as, when you're kind of in that sweet spot, or when you're overly stressed and you feel like you can't cope with all the things that are going on? Do you notice that your functioning also kind of starts to plummet? Maybe you start to feel anxious or depressed, or you have chronic pain and that starts to get worse, or you're starting to have relationship problems. So I want to ask you, and I challenge you to really think about, how can you find this sweet spot of stress in your life so that you're functioning at your best? What kind of health habits do you need to be doing on a regular basis? Do you need to be exercising daily? Do you need to be doing some kind of quiet time or devotional? Do you need to be having lunch with a friend once a week? Do you need to take some time out by yourself and go up, by the lake, or go fishing, or go get a pedicure? But I really want you to think about, in the past, when have you been in your sweet spot in terms of stress, and how can you get back to that? So if you have any thoughts or questions that you want to send my way, or if you want to